Hermes Agent did not kill OpenClaw, but it did something more important. It proved that the next AI agent race may not be about who has the most integrations. It may be about which agent learns from your work and becomes more useful every time you use it. The clearest signal is OpenRouter. Hermes Agent is now sitting above OpenClaw in daily global agent usage, while OpenClaw still has the bigger all-time footprint. That difference matters. OpenClaw has history, Hermes has velocity, and velocity is the story here. Hermes is an open-source AI agent from Nous Research. At a basic level, it can use tools, run workflows, connect to messaging platforms, manage files, work through tasks, and route across different AI models. But the reason developers are paying attention is not just what Hermes can do once, it is what Hermes tries to remember after it does it. Most AI assistants are temporary. You ask for something, they answer, and the useful process often disappears when the chat ends. Hermes is built around a different idea: do the task, learn from the task, and turn that lesson into a reusable skill. That is the real pressure on OpenClaw. OpenClaw became popular because it felt everywhere. It connected agents to messaging apps, computers, files, commands, and real workflows. For a lot of people, it was the first open-source agent that felt less like a chatbot and more like a worker. But Hermes is making a different bet. Instead of asking how many places can the agent reach, Hermes asks how much better can the agent get after it has worked with you for weeks. That sounds small until you imagine the difference in daily work. If an agent helps you ship a release, debug a weird error, organize a content pipeline, or handle a repeated business process, the normal assistant starts from scratch next time. Hermes can save the pattern as a skill. In plain English, a skill is a reusable instruction file that tells the agent how to repeat a workflow without relearning the whole thing. That turns the agent from a tool you prompt into a system that compounds. The May 7th Tenacity update made that argument much stronger. This was not just a cosmetic release. Hermes added a durable multi-agent Kanban system, which means multiple agent workers can coordinate around a task board instead of randomly wandering through a long job. It added heartbeats, retries, zombie worker recovery, and hallucination checks. In normal language, Hermes is trying to stop long-running agents from quietly failing, looping, forgetting the mission, or claiming work is done when it is not. That matters because the biggest problem with agents is not that they fail. Software fails all the time. The problem is that agents fail in messy ways. They lose the thread, they repeat themselves, they edit the wrong file, they keep working after the goal has drifted, they look busy while making the task worse. Tenacity is aimed directly at that problem. The new goal command also matters. It lets Hermes stay anchored to a long-term objective across turns. That is important because agent workflows are not one clean prompt anymore. They can involve dozens of tool calls, files, browser steps, tests, messages, and retries. Without a persistent goal, the agent can solve the next visible problem while forgetting the actual mission. And that is why the leaderboard shift is bigger than one number. OpenRouter token volume does not prove Hermes is the best agent. Tokens can be noisy. Agents burn through huge context windows. A tool that uses more tokens is not automatically smarter, but public usage still tells us something. Developers are testing Hermes at scale, and the reason seems clear. They want agents that remember, adapt, and run where they already work. Hermes also has another advantage. It is model agnostic. It can use OpenRouter, OpenAI, Anthropic, Noise Portal, local models, and other endpoints. That flexibility matters because agent workflows can get expensive fast. Every plan, tool call, retry, file read, browser action, and validation step costs tokens. If an open agent can send simple work to cheaper models and reserve stronger models for harder steps, that becomes a real economic advantage. But the reality check is important. Hermes is not automatically safer just because it is new. Open agents are powerful because they can touch real systems, and that is exactly why they're risky. Any agent that can run commands, access files, connect to messaging apps, hold API keys, and work unattended needs serious supervision. OpenClaw has already shown how dangerous this category can get when adoption moves faster than security. Reports and security pages have pointed to exposed instances, malicious skills, and serious vulnerabilities. Hermes is trying to respond with defense in depth, approval controls, sandboxing, credential filtering, and security fixes. But the basic warning stays the same. An autonomous agent is not a toy if it has access to your real machine. The most interesting move is migration. Hermes can import OpenClaw settings, memories, skills, and selected secrets. That's aggressive because it targets the exact users most likely to switch. People who already understand agents, already built workflows, and may be looking for better memory, better reliability, or a cleaner learning loop. So the fight is not really Hermes versus OpenClaw as two apps. It's two ideas of what an AI agent should become. OpenClaw represents reach, connect everywhere, act everywhere, automate everywhere. Hermes represents compounding, remember the work, improve the process, turn experience into skills, and become more personalized over time. The next few months will show whether Hermes can keep this momentum or whether the token spike cools down. But even if the ranking changes again, the message is already clear. The agent market is moving away from simple chat and towards systems that can remember, coordinate, recover, and improve. The next winning agent may not be the one with the biggest plugin store. It may be the one that becomes harder to replace every time you use it. So, should the future of AI agents be built around maximum integrations or around agents that slowly learn your work better than anyone else?